In North Idaho, winter tests a commercial building's limits fast. In a matter of days, hundreds of thousands of pounds of snow can accumulate directly overhead, pressing down on a flat surface. When that weight finds a weak point, the resulting leak is rarely a minor maintenance headache. It ruins inventory, interrupts daily operations, and can ultimately break tenant leases. Commercial properties here fight a two-front war. They have to withstand massive static snow loads, followed by brutal freeze-thaw cycles that expand and contract the building's exterior day after day. Looking at this risk map of North Idaho, you can see exactly where those temperature swings do the most damage. The data highlights severe risks right at the building's vulnerable structural elements, freezing internal drains solid and warping the perimeter edge metal. When the weight of the snow or a frozen drain forces a midwinter repair, the bill includes more than just roofing labor. It includes emergency mobilization and potentially thousands in damaged interior property. This makes the total cost of ownership over 10 years a more accurate metric than the initial bid. The roof serves as the primary physical shield for the entire enterprise. Its performance directly dictates the safety of your inventory and the continuity of your business operations. This blank comparison matrix illustrates the exact dilemma property owners face. You know you need to replace the roof, but contractors hit you with an overwhelming alphabet soup of acronyms. You'll hear pitches for single-ply membranes like TPO, EPDM, and PVC, alongside heavy built-up roofing systems or liquid-applied coatings. Attempting to pick the best material based strictly on the lowest upfront quote is the fastest route to premature failure. You could buy the most expensive premium waterproof membrane on the market, and it will be completely useless if your building suffers from poor drainage or saturated insulation beneath the surface. There is no universal best flat roof. Success requires stripping away the marketing hype and engineering the system directly to your building's specific slope, our local climate, and your daily business operations. Let's start with TPO and EPDM. These are the standard workhorse single-ply membranes, commonly installed on standard low-slope retail shops and office buildings. This split-screen graphic shows their physical contrast. On the left, TPO provides a highly reflective, energy-conscious white surface. On the right, EPDM offers the proven flexible performance of a matte black rubber membrane. But single-ply systems have a critical vulnerability. Their entire ability to keep water out relies completely on the flawless execution of their seam welding and adhesives. If your roof has complex equipment like large HVAC units or requires heavy foot traffic for maintenance, those membranes face severe puncture risks and early leak points. TPO and EPDM are highly practical and cost-effective for standard buildings, but to hit their expected return on investment, they demand pristine installation detailing and strictly managed walk paths. Separate from those standard options is PVC. This is a highly specialized premium membrane designed for specific exposures. Looking at this decision tree flowchart, the path to PVC is clear. If a building asks the question, is there grease or chemical exhaust exposure? And the answer is yes, PVC is often the only viable option. We see this primarily on restaurants, food service facilities, and light industrial shops. The chemistry is unforgiving. Animal fats and harsh industrial exhaust will literally dissolve standard roofs. PVC's strong chemical resistance handles that exposure safely. However, PVC carries significantly higher upfront material costs compared to standard membranes, making overspecification a real budget threat. Installing PVC on a standard dry goods warehouse is a waste of capital. But for a restaurant, it operates as a mandatory insurance policy against catastrophic chemical degradation. For truly punishing environments, we shift to modified bitumen and built-up roofing, or BUR. These are the traditional heavyweights of commercial roofing. This 3D cross-section diagram reveals their main structural advantage. Instead of a single sheet, you get alternating multiple layers of bitumen and reinforcing fabrics that provide true physical redundancy. They excel on smaller commercial roofs that endure extreme foot traffic or require constant equipment servicing. That durability comes with severe operational trade-offs. These systems are exceptionally heavy, highly labor-intensive, and involve heat, open torches, and strong odors during the installation process. Owners choosing asphalt systems willingly trade temporary tenant disruption and higher labor costs to gain an incredibly durable, puncture-resistant fortress. Not every commercial building is flat. Sloped properties, agricultural buildings, and wide-span warehouses require a different approach entirely. Structural and architectural metal panels provide the most reliable snow shedding for sloped commercial buildings, allowing massive weight to clear the structure safely. That decades-long durability and rapid snow shedding potential must be weighed directly against a very high initial capital expense. It also requires strict safety management. Property owners have to plan for dangerous snowslide zones above pedestrian walkways, and if exposed fasteners are used, they require ongoing maintenance to stay watertight. For buildings with the correct pitch, metal stands as a durable 40-year asset, provided the dangerous physics of shedding snow are aggressively managed. If you have an aging roof that is still structurally sound, liquid-applied roof coatings offer a powerful, budget-friendly way to extend its life. This quadrant chart maps the return on investment clearly. Coatings generally plot in the low-cost, moderate extension zone, often running $4 to $8 a square foot. That is a massive capital savings compared to the $15 to $30 needed for a complex, full replacement. But look at what happens when we adjust this into a diagnostic flowchart. A coating is merely a surface treatment. If the diagnostic path hits saturated, wet insulation or a rotting structural deck, a full replacement is absolutely required. That brings us to the ultimate North Idaho deal-breaker: drainage. Flat roofs aren't perfectly flat. They must have tapered insulation, clear scuppers, and positive slope to move water off the building. If water ponds on the roof, the physics are destructive. Standing water will freeze, rapidly expand, and violently rip apart the seams of even the most expensive new membrane. Prioritizing a cheap upfront material quote without fixing critical drainage and insulation flaws is trading short-term capital savings for guaranteed winter failure. The rule here is simple: never buy a roofing material in a vacuum. Buy a holistic weatherproofing system engineered around your exact building. We can map out the final blueprint on this scorecard matrix. Standard retail buildings match with single-ply membranes. Grease exhaust demands PVC. Heavy traffic requires multi-ply heavyweights. And dry, aging roofs are prime candidates for coatings. Reading a cost guide will only get you so far. Exact pricing and system validation hinge entirely on a physical core sample, a moisture evaluation, and a strict drainage inspection. For commercial property managers and owners in Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Sandpoint, and the surrounding areas, it's time to stop guessing on major capital expenses. Contact SkyRight Roofing and Gutters today. Let's engineer a targeted, data-backed commercial roof solution that protects your business long before the North Idaho winter hits.